Qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
All right, man. Woke up seeing Jaime Munguia got knocked out for some Frenchman or whatever. Dude they said was moving up in weight, only had 5 knockouts. I think he might have been undefeated. Munguia was tuning up in Tijuana, his hometown. So, you know, I thought it was part of that Golden Boy card they had in Las Vegas, but I forgot he fighting with Top Rank now. According to De La Hoya, he's still with Golden Boy. So, you know, but you know, he fighting with Top Rank right now. And he got knocked out with a 2. I don't know if it was a straight right. I think it might have been a straight right. You know, he dropped old buddy. You know, Munguia dropped him, and old buddy caught him with a 2, a 1-2 right on the button. I mean, this dude only had 5 knockouts. He knocked out Munguia with a straight left. And you know, Munguia's career might be over with, bro. He got stopped by a pillow fisted puncher. I believe, remember when old buddy stopped James Kirkland, Ashita? I don't think he wasn't a monstrous puncher. Fun fact, he tried to go up to like cruiserweight and fight. I'm not sure if I think he was Japan. The Japanese board had to clear him to go up to cruiserweight. Like I heard that a few years ago. But he got stopped with a guy with like 20-something fights and 5 knockouts coming into this fight. So what that kind of tell you is, we seen him at 160 fall out at the scales. We seen him straight up pass out at the scales. He probably outgrew 168 already. It was a tune-up. And to be honest, either he was out of shape, or he was taking this lightly, or his body didn't have enough abuse. He didn't took too many punches. Think about that. He took too many punches. When you get knocked out like that by that type of punch, now had this been a big puncher, you know, I think it'd be a different story. Had this been a monstrous puncher, then you say, hey, he got caught with a good shot. You know, Terry Norris used to get, got knocked out by, Julian Jackson. That's just a monstrous puncher. You'd be like, he'd be able to come back from this. I think old buddy was undefeated, but with 5 knockouts, he knocked you out like that in the 6th round. Munguia was on his back. He tried to get up, and you gotta respect everybody punching power. They was in 10s, but you still gotta respect them. That's good. That's why they move up 2 ounces, because the guys get bigger. And in them 10-ounce gloves, man, the bear's basically bare knuckle, especially with them wraps under there. So for real, Munguia got popped. When you get knocked out by that type, his career might be over with. He might have took enough abuse. It could have been an injury, but when you start getting knocked out by guys like that and you get hit like that, usually your body didn't have enough. Usually your body didn't have enough. So, I don't know, was he had an injury coming in, was he sick or whatever, but if he was A-OK, going A-OK in that fight, his body might just about to give out on him. When you ain't got the best defense and you block a lot of your punches, a lot of punches with your face, everybody's body got a punch count. Especially when you add in, if you weight train, if you ain't trained serious, even if you do a lot of sparring, which they do a tremendous amount of sparring, they do more work being inactive than they would do if they would be active. And people always say, oh, that makes sense, because they spar to stay sharp. You gotta understand, they spar 100, 200 rounds, dude. They spar hundreds of rounds, but if you fight, you ain't gotta spar all the time because you're sharp. But if you constantly sparring, you gotta understand, you cutting weight while you sparring, so you ain't at 100%. Guys coming in there trying to, get you ready, so they going hard, no diddy. All that punishment you take in sparring, I seen an interview with Roy Jones talking about how a lot of guys leave their careers in the gym because they spar too much. they spar to stay sharp today, and that's not necessarily a good recipe because you're doing way more sparring, you know, than you would if you was an active fighter. You wouldn't be fighting that many rounds in overall if you stay sharp and by just being active 3, 4, 5 times a year. Shit, you probably wouldn't have to spar, but half the rounds you're looking for. You spar 200, you might have to get 100 in because you're constantly fighting. And by you constantly, you know, fighting, you in shape. So you ain't got to continue to keep, oh man, I've been off a year, I got to cut the weight down and work, focus on getting better. You can't do both. You can't do drastic weight cuts and get better at the same time. Because then most of the camp is a fat camp. But if you come in decent shape where I only got to drop, 10, 15, maybe 20 pounds at the most in a 10-week camp, that ain't nothing. The closer you can come in the weight, just the better. That way, our natural work is just gonna cut the weight. We just really at that point worry about getting your win though. But if his body took too many neurologically, he took too many punches already. That's kind of what that tell me. Now, it could have been a lucky punch, you know. It could have just been the punch, you know, the punch from the haven, from them pearly gates. But the way he leaned back. The way he fell straight back and tried to get up, man, that was a money shot. He caught him perfectly coming in. He might recover. It might be a little bit of nothing. It might be a setback. You know? But this is probably why a lot of guys don't like to tune up. You tune up versus these no-name guys, and they come in with nothing to lose. Now, I took a tune-up to stay sharp, and I'd have got upset. Now my money real fucked up. Now, if I would have went in the fight in a big fight and lost, guess what? I still got my money. So that's why a lot of these dudes scared of a tune-up, because coming to a tune-up, you might not necessarily take it serious. You might not necessarily be ready to come back. You might get clipped for short money. But every opponent when you get in that ring should be respected. You know, anytime a nigga lay down the way he laid down on his back and tried to get up, it was right. He caught him jumping in with the perfect shot. He flagged, you know, Munguia was jumping in, he's frozen with the jab, and it looked like he dropped that 2 on his ass. Bow, she dropped. Dropped his ass. Motherfucker, the way he dropped, he thought he had a taser. Oh, yeah. Someone call 911. Someone call 911. That is what it is, but yeah, I don't know if we can come back from that. I don't know if he's gonna be able to bounce back. That was a hell of a fight. That was just a perfect shot. And you know, for a guy that's known to have a granite chin and have great conditioning, where's the mental hurdle from that gonna come from? You know, it's already mentally hard when you go up there and get knocked out by a champ. You get in there and get knocked out by, you know, this guy. It's like, man. It's like, bro, like, man. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Berlanga probably figure like, damn, you know what, dude, I missed the opportunity, bullshitting around. So, but you can come back with this. We've seen guys come back, but man, it's hard when you get knocked out by a guy with 5 knockouts. That kind of tell me either there was an injury, there was lack of preparation, or his body didn't took enough punishment. It didn't took too much punishment. That's what it tells me. His body didn't took too much punishment. His body didn't took too much punishment. That's what it tells me. But yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. And you know, like I told y'all, the upset is the new big fight in boxing. You get an upset now. Everybody know why. Probably nobody's really paying attention to that fight. Everybody said he got knocked out. Now it's something to talk about. Somebody said, "Oh, Triple Canelo gonna fight old buddy now." And I heard Robert Garcia. Well, I read the title that Robert Garcia told him that Canelo next. I'm watching the interview, possibly doing a video on it. So yeah, I really been out the loop. But I did some videos on Saturday to kind of. I got enough videos for Sunday for sure. I had enough to go for Sunday, but started working on some videos for Monday and shit, man. So yeah, I'm starting throwing these videos out for Monday, but. Yeah, man, it's fucked up, man. But it happens in the sport, bro. It happens. It happens. I know Nate Campbell was saying that Mike Jones, who got knocked out by Randy Bailey back in the day, was bragging to him how he ain't never been knocked out in boxing. You know, sparring, nothing. He said, you hang around long enough, it's going to happen. He right. You know, it might not be your best day in the gym. People just figure that these dudes have, 8 to 10 or sometimes longer camps since they don't fight as much. That's everything go right and that's the best version of the fighter. Nah, every camp, just like, every day you go out there, it's not the best version of you. When you go out in the real world, you go in the gym, you go to work, you may go compete, some of these dudes do, they got hobbies. You go compete at a car tournament or whatever, or you go gamble, whatever. That's not the best version of you. You feel me? All the time, it's not, you ain't gonna be on your P's and Q's. You gotta understand, they deal with what we deal with. When you start talking about dealing with baby mama problems, you start talking about dealing with bills, dealing with people asking for shit. People think that, like teachers and celebrities and people like that, they don't deal with everyday shit like we do. They deal with a lot of work shit. Everybody, you think about it, if everybody knew you had it, everybody be asking, calling you, begging them, how would that make you feel? Like, they don't even care about what I can offer. Think about it. Right now, most of us men on this video, we ain't got nothing to offer them for real from a big financial standpoint of view. We don't get a call. Most of y'all niggas kids don't call unless they want something. Those kids. Most of y'all baby mamas don't call unless they want something. That's on some real shit. That's on some real shit. That's on some real shit. Don't nobody call you unless they need a favor. So think about you going through that times 1,000. It's just a game. So it is what it is, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the Boxing News playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo. Check out the Patreon inside the link tree. And check out the Fight Reaction playlist. Peace.